Well, it's been a while since Greg Weisman has given us any real specifics on characters in Young Justice. He's been giving us the character countdown, but earlier today he had a little bit to say about Supergirl, and that totally gives us a clue on the mental state of this character and her potential future on Earth-16. Let's dive in. Well, probably the biggest gasp moment of Season 4, some people have even called this a cliffhanger, was the reveal that Kara Zor-El had been recovered from the Phantom Zone and had become a Fury of Darkseid. The show closed out with a revelation that Kara Zor-El, along with Mary Blomfeld, had indeed been recruited by Granny Goodness and were siding up with Darkseid, potentially facing off with their Earth counterparts in Season 5. Now, earlier today, over on Twitter, a fan reached out to Greg Weisman and asked him exactly how old Kara Zor-El is physically, with physically being the key term, and he revealed that she is indeed 14 years old. Yeah, she's pretty young. She has been in the Phantom Zone for decades, and I think her age and the time in the Phantom Zone are probably pretty important to understanding her mental state and what might have brought her into the service of Darkseid. I simply can't imagine a child, and a 14-year-old is basically a child, being lost in a realm like that for around 40 years. Fans have been wondering where Supergirl was the whole show, and the fact that she was locked in the Phantom Zone the whole time really caught a lot of fans off guard. Now, that aspect of it does make sense. We know her father was a Kryptonian scientist, and more than likely he put her in the Phantom Zone to save her from the destruction of Krypton. We did a video a couple of months ago about how Kara ending up in the Phantom Zone could have meant multiple things, and that she could even be a criminal. But the fact that we now know she was 14 years old means she was indeed a refugee and a true-to-life tragedy if she's been turned to the dark side due to the trauma of having to live in the Phantom Zone for so long. I'm sure the mental anguish of spending that much time in the Phantom Zone has really changed the kind of person that she is, and I suspect her, like Mary Blomfeld, will need their Earth counterparts in the form of Captain Marvel, Freddie Freeman, Superboy, or Superman to show them that they are still cared about and part of a different kind of family than what she's getting with Darkseid. This doesn't mean I don't want to see a little bit of time with her and Mary as Darkseid's Furies. The idea of those two characters fully charged facing off with other members of the Young Justice team should make for some great viewing. And I'm still hopeful we get that Season 5 so we can see what happens here. But I do think Greg's reveal here does give us some insight into her mental status and where she might actually be. This is a pretty cool update, and once again renews my hope for a potential Season 5. How that works out? Well, we're gonna have to wait and see.